you play the game any differently?
Well, as far as Cooper's standpoint, Cooper's is going to have to go and play if they're going to stay in the game. This is a very this is a transition inning for them. They're going to have to score some runs to stay into this game. No question about it. As far as the Ducks, I don't think after all this that they're going to play tentative. You know, they can taste the victory. They're a lot closer to it than the Coopers are right now. I think what you'll see is maybe the Ducks will start playing for some runs, and all that means is instead of seeing people going for singles, you're going to see some people give themselves up to advance some runners from first to second and second to third, respectively.
Well, Danny Evans, being an assistant general manager of the White Sox, no doubt you're enjoying some great softball here, but who's impressed you so far?
Well, I'm really impressed with 3 players. I'm impressed with the shortstop on the Cooper team, Musteri, the center fielder. He really seems to be a team player. He moved a couple runners along, plays a good center field. Simone, right? I love the intensity of the shortstop on the Ducks, too. That man,
Jerry Kelleher,
just knows how to play the game. It's so obvious. I guess your shortstop is your key, but he's the glue in that team. Very obvious, moving guys around all the time. Anything hit to him is an out.
Musteri, from what I understand, is a third baseman for Illinois State University. Had a nice batting average, had a great year. Is he a future prospect, you think?
We're going to find out right after the ball game, Steve. We're going to have a little chat with the young man and see if he's interested in playing some baseball. Bring him out for a tryout.
Oh, that's great. That's good to hear. Fly ball, deep left field. Oh, and Vicario is right there to retire Mark Schiller for the first out.
I'll tell you, maybe playing all those games today is finally going to catch up with their Coopers here. They're going to have to get some runners here. Mark gave it a nice effort down the line, going the opposite way, but unfortunately it didn't fall.
8 batters have been retired by Chip Burkowski, and we're back at the top of the order, and Frank Musteri. Danny Musteri, I understand, hurt an ankle, and yet I think when you're in a championship game, you forget some of those injuries.
They don't hurt you till the game's over, Steven. There's been a couple of players who play with broken wrists and broken arms in games. I remember in the '77 series, a player had a broken right wrist and played the entire 7th game, and after the ball game, shook a hand with another teammate, withered in pain, and found out that his hand was actually broken. So a lot of times the adrenaline takes you a long way in a game like today.
Well, you've got a big crowd. You've got a lot of Chicago out here, a lot of the suburbs. You're playing in a beautiful area on a Labor Day weekend. It's just tremendous to be a part of this whole thing.
One thing I noticed earlier in the ball game, they were using 4 infielders and 4 outfielders. And why would they not turn to that now when they're up 5 runs?
Well, first of all, the reason they're playing 4 outfielders is Mr. Dorskin in the first game of the championship series really pounded the ball. And speaking of pounding the ball, Mr. Musteri just pounded the ball. Looks like it's going to be a stand-up triple.
Knocks one to the wall. That's a triple. Boy,
Jerry Kelleher
really
runs the ball in. Shows you he's the leader. Didn't throw it away, didn't waste any motion.
Only the 2nd hit of the game for Coopers.
We may see 4 outfielders and Mr. Musteri next time.
They have to get on the board here, though. If they don't get on the board here, they might really regret this opportunity later on.
As we go to the replay, we'll watch Musteri.
Frank Musteri hitting the ball. Deep left center, 1 hop into the fence. That's 265 feet. Left fielder picks it up. Jerry Kelleher runs the ball in. We have a stand-up triple for Frank Musteri.
And Matt Gillen to stand in. He's a second baseman, 0 for 1, bounced out to Kelleher to lead off.
We have a stoppage in play so that Mr. Musteri can get his hat back on. It fell off as he was rounding first.
Is that a rule,
the ASA
Tom?
rules, they must be attired accordingly, which means hats all the same. Numbers, same uniforms.
Well, I really like that idea. It's really great to see presence of a softball player like that, and everybody dressed the same, and it really helps to have a good attitude also, and a lot of these guys carry on a great attitude. So Matt Gillen trying to bring Musteri in. 1 out, ground ball. Pitcher takes it. Good play by Chip Burkowski. But as the first baseman drops the ball, Musteri scores with the first run for Coopers, and it's 5-1.
Well, he manufactured a run there, and I'll tell you what, he stole one there. That might be a big run down the road. Maybe Coopers is going to wake up.
It helps with a little speed from Musteri, Danny.
First run sometimes is the toughest run to get, and sometimes after you score that first run, the dam breaks, you get a few more, it's a lot easier. That once that egg's off the board, a lot of times I think you get out of your head that you're having trouble.
Here's
you gotta
Kenny
get over the
Cooper,
hump.
3 for 4 in the first game, including 2 singles and a double, 2-run score. 1 for 1 so far today. Fly ball deep left, or excuse me, center field. He pulls it in for the out. And Cooper's is done in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, they played
1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left.
Well, they played 4 outfielders. Again,